All right. So we are going to go ahead and cover 9-4. So 9-4 is called composition of transformations. Basically, all that means is you're taking everything we learned in 9.1 through 9.3 and putting it all together into one lesson. Okay, so you know how to reflect, you know how to translate, you know how to rotate, but now we have to do 2 of those in each problem. So if you look at example number 1, which is right here, here's your original points J, K, and L. So you don't only have to plot your original, so this is your original picture right here. This was your original points. Not only do you have to plot those, but then you have to plot it after translating along the vector 0, 4, which is here. So this was step 1. And then step 2, you have to reflect it over the y-axis. The most important part of this lesson, if you don't hear anything else, hear this. You know how you for J prime, K prime, and L prime, you use the original points, right? That's the only time you use the original points. Once you use the original points to find J prime, K prime, L prime, you never go back. To find, so now our second step is called J double prime, K double prime, L double prime. So if there's 2 for the second step, you call it J double prime, K double prime, L double prime. But when you're finding the double primes, notice, did I use the original points? No, I used the points from J prime, K prime, L prime. So here's the order in which you use your points. You go from your OG to the prime, and then from the prime to double prime. Yes, you don't use OG to find double prime. OG to double prime, bad news. Wrong answer. Okay, you'll use primes, like the double primes, a lot when you get to calculus and you're learning derivatives and antiderivatives. So you're going to hear these primes, double primes, triple primes, prime to the 4th again. Okay, yes?
Do you have to go in that order, or does it matter?
You have to go in that order, yes.
Or, I mean, like, reflection.
Yes, okay, so you have to go in the order they tell you.
Okay.
First, you translate along 0, 4. So you notice from your original, all you're doing is adding 4 to the y. Then, step 2, you have to reflect over the y-axis. Well, if we're reflecting over the y-axis, we really just change the sign of the x. So you take the same points from J prime, K prime, L prime, and then all you do is change the sign of the x.
Will sometimes be given, like, reflect first and then
Yep.
translate?
Yep.
And you just have to go
Or you'll rotate, then it'll be all kinds of things. Okay? So let's do example number 1 together. Step 1, go ahead and plot your original. So we're using the same points for both of these examples. So step 1, plot the original. Okay, now stay with me on this first one, okay? Let's all stay together. Now, step 1, we have to, so I'm going to write number 1. We have to translate across the vector -2, 0. So P, the original P, now becomes P prime, and all we're going to do is subtract 2 from the original points, only on the x. So 1 minus 2 is -1. And then your y stays the same. Q prime becomes 2 minus 2, which is 0. And then you'll have your 5 that stays the same. And then R prime becomes 4 minus 2, which is 2. And then your 2 stays the same. Okay, so now plot the first image. So this was image 1. Okay. For step 2, now we're going to reflect across the x-axis. Well, I'm not going to go back to those original points. We're just going to use these points to find P prime. So use to find P double prime. So use prime 1 to find P double prime. So all we're doing is reflecting over the x-axis. So we change the sign of the y. So this becomes -1, -1. Q double prime is 0, -5. And R double prime is 2, -2. Okay, now I'm going to do example 1B at the same time that you're doing it. However, I only want you to look up and check your work occasionally. So don't try to wait on me. You go ahead and try example 1B and then look up here to check yourself.
Are we using the same points?
Yes, using the same points. The graph for this one looks really weird. But remember, when you're reflecting over the line y equals x, it looks like this vertical line. So it's right. It looks weird, but it's right.
When you reflect, do you switch x and y or not?
Switch them.
So on R prime, shouldn't it be 1, -1 instead of -1, 1?
Well, this was 1, -1. So when you switch it, it becomes -1, 1. Y'all's phone's ringing.
Hold up.
Okay, so
Wait, that's for step 3, not 2.
this is step 2.
Okay, here's.
Okay, hold on. Y'all are making me. When you reflect over the y equals x, you change the whole thing.
But don't you switch both sides?
You just split whatever it is. So if it's 1, 2, -1, 2, then becomes 2, -1.
Oh, okay. I was changing
You're
the signs.
getting 180. You're getting this and 180
Yeah.
rotated confused.
Okay.
Okay.
It's the one that.
So this is right. We're gonna do that in just a second because y'all are getting when to change the signs and when to change the whole thing confused. Okay, so let's go to example 3 real quick. So we're gonna actually skip 2A because we haven't done a rotation yet, and I want to do a rotation. You need to memorize the 3 different things that when we rotate. So this is what y'all are getting confused. So if we rotate 90 degrees, we change both of them and change this, we flip them and change the sign of the Y. If we're rotating 180, we don't flip anything, we just change both of the signs. That's what you were getting it mixed up with. And then 270, you change them and flip the sign of the X.
Wait, can you go back to your other image?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Sorry, people listening to this video that you just had to hear that.
Oh, they're working.
In case you were wondering, that was like one important bit. Okay. All right, let's do 2B. The reason I want to do 2B is because we haven't done a rotation. So go ahead and plot your original points. Okay, so step 1, we're rotating about the 180 degrees about the origin. So A prime, we don't switch anything. We just change both of the signs. So A prime, B prime, and C prime.
Why did they call you and not us?
Okay, step 2, now we're translating along the vector -2, 4. So as you can see, earlier we translated and then reflected. It does not matter the order. Okay, so use your A prime to get A double prime. So 6 minus 2 is 4. 2 plus 4 is 6. B double prime, 5 minus 2 is 3. 5 plus 4 is 9. C double prime, 2 minus 2 is 0. 1 minus 4 is 1 plus 4 is 5.
5, whoa.
Okay, so now I'm going to go plot these. I used that color. Whoops. I think I was supposed to do this in purple. Okay, your point's going to be 1 off. It's okay. Nobody freak out. Uh-oh. I put my dot way over there. It's supposed to be right here. James, stop. Okay. So this was your first step. This was your second step.
What are we going to do on the test when we can see the colors?
You can use colors on your test.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, you know, and people listening, I will not see you Tuesday. So I have to give you enough practice to last you the next 2 days. Because Wednesday, all we're doing is reviewing, and Thursday you have a test. So in order to make up for the assignments that we need this week, I am giving you a heads up right now. When you come into class Wednesday, I'm going to say, rip off page 11, put your name on it, and bring it to me. I need all 8 of these and the 4 on the back.
Okay.
So this whole page 11 and 12, is due for your homework grade on Wednesday.
You want us to put our name here or here?
It doesn't matter. Okay, all of those. So